Hello everyone, welcome to a whole new week on Isadora. It's really great to be back. So today I wanted to paint a picture, yes? Now, imagine somebody hurts you really badly, like does you dirty. The natural reaction will be to take revenge, isn't it? And trust me, revenge is sweet. Why? Because you want them to experience the same thing you went through. You want to see them go through the same hell they put you through, isn't it? Now, let me tell you something different. There's something better than actually taking revenge. It's letting go. I know. I sound like I'm being funny or anything. No, there's actually a blessing in letting go. Let me break it down. When I was a lot younger, right, as a little girl, I used to have such a bad temper. It was like being possessed. I'm not kidding. My temper was so bad. Like, all I could see, when you hurt me or you say something hurtful towards me, right, I could only see red. Red, I'm telling you. So all I wanted to do was hurt that person back physically, anyhow. And for some reason, when I get that angry, I have unimaginable strength. Like, I once picked up like a 3-seater sofa and flicked it. Like, in my head, a car will be lightweight. I'm not saying I've done that before. I'm just saying, in my head, like, I would feel like I could pick up a car and throw it. That's how bad it used to be. And then as I grew up, it kind of subsided, right? Let me tell you a story, right? In my teenage years, and maybe I was about 16 or something, I had like a really good friend, a platonic friend, a guy, right? Really good friend. There was nothing between us. Now, don't get me wrong. It was such a special friendship. Now, maybe if we'd grown up together, I don't know. But it was such a special friendship because he could make me laugh. Like, I laugh a lot, right? I do. But he just had that. He wasn't trying to be funny. He was just being himself. And laughing for me eases my spirit. Like, it was a soul connection. He was like a soulmate. Now, please, try to understand that soulmate does not mean somebody you're in a romantic relationship with. A soulmate can be your family. A soulmate can be your friend. A soulmate can be, yes, somebody you're in a romantic relationship with, but soulmates are two people that get each other on a soul level. Do you understand? It's like a soul connection. It's deeper than just a surface friendship. That's what a soulmate is. So he was like a soulmate because he could make me laugh. He was just himself. He was not trying to be funny. He was just himself. And for me, laughing eases my spirit. Do you understand? It makes me at ease. I'm a social butterfly, right? But my walls are always usually up. Do you understand? So that was somebody I could let down my guards with. So anyway, it was a really special friendship. And I would wake up in the morning and that's the first person I wanted to see, right? So I would get up and run to their house and just chill out with him just because I could laugh and be myself, and then I would run back home. Having a bad day, that was who I wanted to see. So anyway, a friend of mine came to visit me, and obviously in my house there was nothing to do really. So I suggested, okay, let's go see my friends and everything. So we went there together and we went to see my friends. And I mean, we had a great day. We went back home, and this girl who happened to be my friend went back behind my back to the guy's place and told him all sorts of hideous, horrible lies and stories, do you understand, about me, just so that she could start dating him. Now, I don't understand. Like, he was just a platonic friend, right? Or maybe she knew something I didn't, right? He was just a platonic friend. So if she had said to me, oh, I like this guy, do you understand? It wouldn't have been an issue, but I guess she wanted me out of the picture completely. So she gave him all sorts of lies. She told so many lies and hideous lies. Now, I don't know which one was more painful, the fact that she told those lies or the fact that he believed it. Because how would you believe such when I'm always around you? Anyway, so he believed it and we stopped talking, and that broke me. I'm not kidding. That, like, it broke my soul completely. Like I said, this was a soulmate. It wasn't any kind of friendship. It was a really special friendship, and that really broke me. And you know, he had a big brother as well, and yeah, his big brother was like a big brother to all of us. But for some reason, I think his brother kind of like realized I was really struggling at the time, so he would drive down to my house and go, oh yeah, you know what, I want to go and do something, do you want to join me? Just so that, to ease the pain. Oh, God bless his soul. I almost have tears in my eyes even talking about it. Do you understand? Like, God bless his soul. He knew I was struggling at the time, and he was trying to make it easier for me. So he would come around and say, oh yeah, you know what, just jump in the car, let me take you out, whatever it is. Anyway, Months later or a year later, I get an email from him. Obviously, they had broken up, right? And he was now saying, oh, sorry, I realized that she was just lying or whatever. But it was too late. Like I said, I don't know which one was more painful. The fact that she lied or he believes it. Anyway, so about 2 years later, now I was over 18, and I was in a company of another friend, and we ran into somebody this girl was dating, and for me it was like time to finally take my revenge, right? That was the first time I actively wanted to take, don't get me wrong, when I was younger I wanted to take revenge, but not that sort of revenge. It's like, if you hurt me, I just wanted to hit you back or whatever it is. Anyway, so I wanted to take my revenge, and my plan was, I'm gonna date him and make him break up with her, which I did. And to be honest, right now, even talking about it, I feel it's shameful for me because I regretted it. I achieved what I wanted to achieve, but it didn't change anything. Do you understand? It didn't make me feel better. It didn't bring back my friendship. Nothing changed. You understand? And in that moment, even at a young age, I made up my mind I would never ever seek revenge. It was not worth it. There was nothing, do you understand, fun about it. Anyway, so like I said, there's something even better than taking revenge. It's releasing and letting go. And ever since then, what I've done is just release it. I have, when somebody hurts me, I give it to God. Which, what I'm trying to say in that sense is that let God fight the battles for me. And believe you me, what actually happens is that nothing I can plan is usually as bad as the payback they get, or whatever it is, you understand? So, but it also comes with a package deal, and the package deal is that I don't also intentionally do wrong to another person, because believe you me, if I do something now, in the next 5 to 10 minutes, if that, I get my own payback as well. So I tend to release it now. Let me break this down. This is the first time I'm having somebody else on my video, and I just wanted to make an example. I told her she would be on the video, but I didn't tell her what she would be doing. So I'm going to be holding your shirt. I hope you don't mind.
No, I don't.
Okay, great. All right. So what happens is that when you're holding on to anger or unforgiveness, this is what you're doing. You're holding on to somebody's shirt or their clothes or whatever it is. You're holding on to somebody this way. Now, a lot of people think because you're smiling and you're saying to the person, oh, how are you? Oh, I'm good. They don't know you're holding on to anger, right? They don't have to know, but this is what you're doing. Now, let me ask you something. If somebody is walking past and wants to give you money, can they put it in your hands? No, because your hands are occupied. If somebody passes by and they want to give you a job, can they give it to you? No, because your hands are occupied. Opportunities, whatever it is, can they give it to you? No. Why? Because your hands are occupied. And the fact that you think they don't know you're holding on to anger and holding on to their shirt is the same way you don't know that blessings are walking past you and passing you by, but they can't be put in your hands. Why? Because your hands are occupied. Let me explain even further, right? Appreciation is something that makes people want to do more. Imagine a man that buys a dress for his wife, and before he gets home the next day, she's putting on the dress and she's like, oh baby, I love it. Let's go out to dinner, blah, blah, blah. Do you understand? Trust me, believe me, the following week, he would want to do more. And vice versa. For a man that is appreciating his wife as well, do you understand? It's the same thing. People want to do more. Now, it doesn't stop at man and wife. Even children to parents. If you buy something for your children and they're like, oh, mommy, daddy, I love you, thank you. When you see something else, you want to do more. Why? Because they're appreciating what you're doing for them, right? Now, think about those traditional parties. They're called Owambe, right? And you'd see the band, and the band is playing. Most of the time, these people are so clued on, right? What they do, they home in on somebody and then they start to eulogize the person. They start to praise the person. And sometimes, even if you're not in the habit of spraying money, right? Sometimes the way they keep calling your name and praising you, out of nowhere, you're like, wow, 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 okay. And then you end up picking up money and you start to spray them. Now, if as human beings we can get so carried away, do you understand, that we start to give out money to band to singers or to band people or whatever it is, or start to do more for people, how much more God? Now, It's not a religious thing. If you're not religious, close your ears or apply it to your life, right? But I want to talk about this today. How much more God, right? We were created, and the psalmist David said this. Now, David happens to be the man after God's own heart. So in Psalms 29, he had said it, that we were created to worship God. So if we're doing what we're created to do, and we're worshiping and praising God, right? If as human beings we can get so carried away and do more, how much more God? Now imagine you're in the house of God, or you're in the place of worship, and you're dancing and you're praising God and you're eulogizing God and you're mentioning his names. And as human beings, we get excited. Imagine the God that created you for his own worship, and then you're doing exactly what he created you to do. And you're saying, oh, God this, God that, and you're dancing and you're praising and you're singing. God is so mesmerized by that, right? And he wants to do more for you. So he's looking at you thinking, oh, look at this child of mine. Oh, you said you wanted a car, right? Okay. I'm going to give that to you. Oh, you said you wanted children, right? Oh, wow. I'm enjoying this. Oh, I'm loving this praise. I'm going to give that to you. Oh, that job, don't worry, I'm going to give it to you. Oh my God, what else can I do for this person praising me? Here's the problem. If you're holding on to anger, come to it. You're in the presence of God and he wants to do more for you. However, your hands are occupied. So he wants to give you that job. He wants to give you whatever it is you're asking for. But your hands are occupied. Now, if you go back into the Bible and you go into Matthew 5:24, it says, drop your thanksgiving at the altar and go and make peace with your brother. What they're saying is, drop your thanksgiving at the altar and go and release. Go and release your hand so that you can get that which you're asking for. Thank you, dear. I don't know what you want. I don't know what your heart desires are. I don't know what you're thinking about. I don't know what you're asking for. But you have to search your heart. If you're holding on to unforgiveness, your hands are occupied. You can't get those things. That's why even the Bible says to you to go and drop everything. Drop everything at the altar and go and make peace. What they're saying is go and release your hands so that whatever it is you're asking for, you can receive it. Namaste.